the AI world will keep trying to knock out the natural world, but we still stand strong. Anyway, the AI usually kills its own people off by accident, so and the natural people sort of sit by hoping not to be hit in the crossfire. So I noticed on the news yesterday there was a really messy car accident, bus collision. 18-year-old woman they send tangled up in a car. They had to use the jaws of life, the whole 9 yards. And airlifted she and also the driver of the bus to the hospital, presumably getting care. I grew up in that area. This was in Bear or Summit area or Middletownish. Appoquinimink School District came up. Really hard word to pronounce, by the way. I think it's interesting all the kids who attend school in Appoquinimink School District have to learn how to say it. It's an interesting one. So it's probably an Indian name or Dutch or similar. Anyway, I know a few people still in Delaware, and I'm like, oh my god, I hope it's in an area where, I grew up in Newark, and then later Bear I lived in, which is kind of near the area. I was like, hopefully everybody's okay but seems like everybody's fine as far as I can tell. But the theme of, the idea that someone had to be brought into an ER, even though as I walked by Jefferson, I got like a message like, oh, something happened last night or yesterday. So it plays into the idea of who's on the chopping block list of society when I sometimes wonder, if people get into accidents, but I sometimes wonder if there are other forces at play. So, I don't know why I'll run away. Ooh, HD Supply. This one. 923 on, please. Should we go anywhere? I've been eating mandarins like no one's business lately. As I say, I like to peel oranges. Yeah. But, see, okay. So we have a situation here. Hopefully everybody's okay and not totally in a bad way, worse way or what have you. So, we're staged. How crazy would it be if there were groups of people who actually stage things, And if anyone resembles anyone you've met in your life or know, and it's like, oh my god, that guy looks like so-and-so, or, Thomas Jefferson University. Last night, I gotta look up that song and figure out what it is. Mom's isn't open, otherwise I'd run in and get a couple things, couple moches, items like the barbecue, I guess it's barbecue pulled pork, or I don't know, it's mock meat, but it's a pita bread pocket thing, pita pocket, so good. The barbecue, also the quinoa burger, also very good. All of it, really, I feel comforted by their food. I don't know what it is. I wound up on the vegetarian, raw vegan foodism, and somehow the memory, like, where's Moshe's and do they still exist? And yesterday I was like, oh, I have to hunt down Moshe's. Makes me feel comforted. Zigzag a little bit there. know it was Earth Week, or it's Earth Week according to these folks. Flower Happy Hour. Celebrate with us, April 21st through 25th. So, end of April. That's after Easter. So some people in Delaware, they have off the week after Easter. I'm pretty sure they still do the week after. A lot of other states do the week prior to Easter, and then they show up to school on Monday, you know, after Easter Sunday. Tastygate, that truck's often here. And these birds here. Little dog. This is a very peaceful plaza. Often it feels pretty calm. There's a boss lady with a dog over there who kind of has an attitude like she's trying to push people out. But I do believe everyone has a right to be in here. It's public grounds. She's even wearing military garb. We have the high militia up in the house here. It's always funny to me also, like, there are people who are actually in the drug world, but they sound like they came from the military. Like, some people I know have been in the military, and that's caused them to turn to drugs afterwards. That's very common, you know, as is suicide among former military people. So begs the question, what's the problem? So the military can regulate people so much and program people so much that when the programming is gone, the discipline per se, when the discipline, which is technically imposed, even though people kind of voluntarily sign up for the military, a lot of people sign up to get out of their neighborhoods, or a bad upbringing, or they want to escape, or it's the only way to get a paycheck as far as I can tell, you know. But unless you're like an officer and you go through school and get commissioned, and you know, they would be aware of a different track in the military, or able to do so. The whole point is the peons, if you will, kind of are seeking a way out often, and it seems like the only option. So anyway, all the discipline that's imposed, or you know, that they're put through, sort of like boot camp and everything, isn't there once they've completed their time, or once they either elect to leave, or I don't know, you can keep staying if you want to. I have no idea how it totally works.